I've got as a guest a man, and I'm not just saying this. This is not hype. It's maybe hype that no one wants. This man, I would say, quite comfortably, is the most hated boxer in British boxing. Okay, and we'll hopefully find out tonight where that hate comes from and if it's justified. I've got Ohara Davies on the sofa.
Good to be here, Steve.
Listen, it's good to have you here. It's good to have you here.
I've been a fan of your shows for years upon years upon years, so it's good to finally get a chance to meet you, first of all, and to come here and to be on the show.
Well, it's very nice of you to say. Now, that's a fair description, calling you arguably, well, not arguably, the most hated man in boxing right now. Now, the way I thought we'd do the show, Ohara, is that I'd ask you some questions and you'd give me some answers. Now, I've already looked online. I've spoken to some people who've been involved with arguments and fallouts with you. So I've got what they've said, and I've seen some of the things you've said, but I think, or I know, the viewers want to hear it from your mouth, from your lips. So let's go through a few things. We've got to start with a tweet you sent to Tommy Coyle, the boxer from Hull, about a potential fight with him. And you used in that tweet, you said that when you knock him out or when you beat him, you were going to give an interview to your favourite paper, The Sun. Now, why did you mention The Sun at all?
Why did I mention The Sun? Because I know that Tommy Coyle doesn't like The Sun. Why he doesn't like The Sun is because, well, I think it was 2016, someone that worked for his gym went to rob Boots, you know, the shop Boots, and then he got jailed, I think for 12 months, and The Sun exposed the whole situation.
So they mentioned Tommy Coyle?
They mentioned Tommy Coyle. They exposed the man first of all, then they said that he works under Tommy Cole's gym. So basically Tommy Cole's been employing former criminals because prior to that incident, he had already been to jail. Tommy Coyle has been employing former criminals to work with kids in his gym. The Sun exposed that whole situation. So I knew that he don't like The Sun, so that's why I said after I knock you out, my first interview is going to be with The Sun.
Which you then called your favourite paper. Now, the problem with that, Ohara, I mean, there's, you know, that is absolutely, that's understandable. Of course, the problem with that is that some people thought that you were being disrespectful to people that lost their lives in the Hillsborough situation. Now, it's my understanding, I'm not putting words in your mouth, I've got a quote from you here saying, I sincerely apologise again to those I offended in my ignorance. You're claiming that you had no idea, you obviously didn't mean it about Hillsborough then, but you're also claiming that you had no idea what Hillsborough meant, you just thought it was a word.
Honestly, I had no idea what Hillsborough was. I hadn't heard that name in my life. I don't play football, I'm a boxer. It's an event that happened before I was even born. I had no idea what Hillsborough actually was. All I knew is that Tommy Coyle doesn't like The Sun because they exposed the whole situation.
And the people that he employs in his gym.
Exactly. I had no idea what Hillsborough was. So when the whole uproar started, I was like, wait, what's going on here? Why is Tony Bellew getting involved and these people, like these other people getting involved? Why did Derry Matthews unfollow me on?
Because Tommy Coyle's from Hull, by the way, not from Liverpool.
Yeah,
he's from Hull, quite a long way away from Liverpool.
So, no, at the start, I honestly thought that, you know, I said something really wrong. But then once I'd done all my research and I looked at the ins and outs of the situation, and I was like, Tommy Cole's got nothing to do with Hillsborough. Tommy Cole's from Hull. He don't train up in Liverpool,
trains in
Sheffield. It's nothing to do with him. So then afterwards, like, first of all, I was like, oh, I made a mistake. I've said something so wrong. But then I was like, it's got nothing to do with Tommy Coyle anyway. So I literally, I didn't understand why I was, why I received so much abuse.
But you say you don't understand why you received so much abuse. But if people thought that you were making reference to a tragedy and then saying I'm going to give an interview to my favourite paper, which is The Sun, which of course is not sold in the Merseyside area, you're saying that that's not the case. That's nothing to do with you. That's not in any way what you meant.
Yeah. In no way, shape, or form.
Let me just read what you. Let me just read exactly what you said. I disrespect opponents, but in no way would I ever mock a tragedy.
Exactly, and that's the truth. You know, in boxing, I like to trash talk every now and again. I like to get underneath someone's skin, but when you start when you start saying things about families that have actually died and people that are not even involved in the boxing, because I'm sure that the families of those that died are not even boxing fans, probably. So why would I go out and try to disrespect them?
Now, there's another instance. You mentioned there's someone that died. There's an also. I mean, let's go through. Let's go through the wrong. Let's go through the reasons why people dislike you. That's the first answer. And people might call me naive, but I've read what you've written already, and I'm listening to you here, and it's obvious to me that it had nothing to do with Hillsborough. That tweet to Tommy Coyle. I mean, I'm quite convinced about that as well. Okay, I'm gonna side with you on that one. Okay, I think I know you're telling the truth on that one. What about the situation with Robbie Davis Jr? Okay, now you're involved in a bit of a Twitter spat with him because you're involved in lots of ongoing Twitter spats. You have quite a few of them going on at the same time, and some of them get personal, some of them get nasty, and some of them there's a bit of comedy attached. Now, you wrote something about Robbie Davis, his father, Robbie Davis Sr, also known as the Governor in Liverpool, and you said something about his father whilst his father was dying. Now, what happened there? How could you have done that?
To be honest, Steve, I had no idea what condition his father was in. Me and him was having a back and forths on Twitter, and then someone messaged me, I think on my Facebook Messenger, that his dad used to box. So I searched him up on BoxRec, and I saw that he lost a few fights. So I was thinking, cool, if his dad lost a few fights, I'm gonna bring his dad into the whole thing. The same way when people.
So at this point, you got no idea his dad's ill or dying.
I had no idea, Steve. I had no idea, but I just thought, cool, let me bring his dad into this whole argument now, because that's going to get under his skin. I had no idea what condition his father was in. No, I had no idea.
He was ill?
Yeah, I had no idea that he was ill. As far as I was concerned, he's just a normal, healthy man, just like anyone else. So I had no idea what condition his father was in. So I shouldn't have said that, but I should have done my research before I mentioned his dad. And that was wrong of me.
Now here's the problem I've got, Ohara. I take that on board, and I think, you know, I have to believe you're telling me the truth. Okay, so at what point then? Surely there was a point then when you could have apologised to Robbie, still called him the things you were calling him, but apologised for bringing his father in. Do you regret not doing that?
I should have apologised, and I will apologise to him. But the reason why I didn't apologise is because when I found out about his dad and that he was in his deathbed, me and him had already gone back and forth. We had already gone too far, and he was already saying that I'm this, I'm that, I'm an idiot, I'm a bum. So it was we had already gone too far for me to apologise. That's how I felt at the time. I was like, we've already gone back and forth. Even after I mentioned the thing about his dad, I mentioned more things about him. I continued, and then he also continued. So it was like, so am I going to stop this whole argument just to say, by the way, I'm sorry, but let's carry on arguing? It was a bit awkward, so I just thought, you know what?
So it went too long. It went too far.
Yeah, it went a bit too long.
But in theory, if you saw him now, in theory, you might apologise.
I would apologise. I would apologise, and if he's watching this, I would like to let him know that I'm sorry for what I said about his dad. I didn't know what condition his father was in, and I'm sorry for his loss.
It seems to me, I mean, I'm reading some of your quotes here. I mean, you're talking about the way it's been, that it's all going to change, that you're going to change, that you felt it had changed a little bit, or it should have changed after the Derry Matthews fight. You said, I felt humbled after that. It's all been an act since. It's all been an act since. An act that worked when it comes to selling tickets, parading round grounds and livening up press conferences. But we've all established with Robbie Davis where it's gone a bit far. So are we going to see, or is there now a different Ohara Davis?
It's not a different Ohara Davis, it's more the real Ohara Davis, and you know, whether that sells or not, I don't think I really care anymore, Steve. You know, I put on an act for so long, and when I needed the management I was under and certain people to stick with me, like they had already been sticking with me, I felt like a lot of people turned their back on me after I've been acting in a way that I was encouraged to do. So afterwards, I was just like, do you know what? Whether I sell or not, I don't care. I'm just gonna be me. Focus on my boxing, keep my head down. I'm gonna train, and I'm not the man that people think I am, or the way that I've
There's a
made
different
people.
Ohara Davies.
Yeah, I'm actually like just a normal guy. I'm a loving guy. You know, whenever I've seen any of my fans on the streets, it's not like I'm this arrogant guy that thinks that I'm too special to speak to anyone. I feel like everyone's equal. Everyone's equal, and I'll take time out just to speak to anyone. You know, I'll do my bit. If anyone's in need, I'm always there to help them. You can ask any of my friends or anyone that's met me, but when it comes to how I've portrayed myself, it's my fault for listening to people that I shouldn't have listened to, but that's a lesson that I've learned the hard way.